Ever since former Disney CEO Bob Iger left Disney, there seems to have been a diminishing return in quality, and everything and everyone has put the blame on the current CEO, Bob Chapek. Now we're hearing more details that the former CEO is absolutely irritated and completely unhappy with all the decisions that have been made that have resulted in what we have today. Diminishing quality and TV shows nobody cares about. There is many people that are already saying that Bob Chapek is going to go down in history as one of the worst Disney CEOs of all time. Now, quite clearly, you've never looked at the history of Disney CEOs and how many times they've almost completely went dead and bankrupt. So I would suggest doing that before we say this about Bob Chapek. Now, again, I'm not a big fan of Bob Chapek, but we've heard time and time again, and most recently, Comic Book also had an article, and there's been a bunch of other, outlets, Variety, Deadline, all talking about it recently. Essentially, we're looking at a different type of, landscape for Marvel, for Star Wars, for Disney going forward. Bob Chapek, as was stated when he was first announced to be taking over, likes to do things a little different. He likes to do them cheaper, he likes to do them faster, and he likes to maximize profits by cutting costs where he can. So, okay. Bob Iger, on the other hand, was like, hey, what if we just take a major hit financially, but we know it's going to pay off in the long run? Again, famously, Captain Marvel. He said, we're going to lose $50 million on this film by not using the Netflix deal, because that's how much we made off of letting them stream Marvel movies on there. Instead, we're going to take that 50 mil, eat the cost, put it on Disney Plus only, and I guarantee people will sub to watch that film. It worked. It worked 100%. Subs went up. So again, he was smart. Now, according to these brand new reports, Iger regrets picking Chapek as his successor because of all the missteps he's had. And essentially, they say that if it wasn't for the pandemic, he would still kind of, stayed on board and tried to pick somebody better, but this was the best choice at the time. And that the recent lack of quality, allegedly, this isn't coming from the report, this is coming from other people sharing what they know, so I'll explain why I don't believe them, is the whole Marvel is terrible, Obi-Wan Kenobi was bad, up until the last episode is all Chapek's fault, push diversity in Ms. Marvel, that's all Chapek's fault. The reason there's so much agenda is all Chapek's fault is 100% literally false, because Bob Iger was the one in 2013, 2014, 2015, 17, 18, 19, the one that was greenlighting all these projects, which has literally been stated by everybody involved, from Kathleen Kennedy to Kevin Feige and everybody else. He was the one that was saying we need more diversity. He made Black Panther and Captain Marvel possible and didn't listen to any of the negativity online. So anybody saying that it's over the wokeness that they're pushing is literally just making it up, because that's not what it's about. It's about Bob Chapek wanting his way to be the only way, and his way is cut costs and get the project out. And I will say, we can't put all the blame on him, as other articles are clearly showing, including the initial report and a report by Variety. The pandemic played a huge part in this, because everybody was affected by it. Every single studio. We're still seeing films coming out that look unfinished because of this, so it's not just them. The biggest thing that you can point to Bob Chapek in terms of how hard he failed was the whole Scarlett Johansson thing. Disney, Bob Iger advised him, do not let this go public. And he said, yeah, nobody will care about that. We're Disney. Nobody will talk about it. And then it hit public mainstream and things went bad, to the point where the former Avengers directors were like, whoa, yeah, we're not going to talk to them for a while. So things went south really quick. Again, he's made some terrible decisions, but he's also made some rather smart decisions in terms of how much content they're going to produce and giving them almost unlimited money for Marvel and Star Wars content to move forward with it. So he's making some decisions that are decent, but you can definitely tell that a lot of the decisions he's made have put Disney into a spotlight that paints them as bad or not living up to the standards and quality that they should. And again, there is a lot to him doing things the way he does. And yeah, I believe Bob Iger is probably very much, pissed and unhappy with what he's done. But again, the circumstances surrounding everything and every studio have been pretty terrible. I mean, look at Sony, look at WB, look at Universal, look at Paramount. Paramount's had 1.5 hits. It's affected everybody, it's not just him. So we'll see how this shakes out.